It's New Year's Eve in the Dirthead Shed. We got a full day of working on the old Mustang today, and then tomorrow I think we're gonna go four-wheeling and check out some rad trails. Follow along, it's gonna get good. We're not taking this four-wheeling. We're gonna probably take one of the other rigs. Oh, the Mustang has been so much work. I think last you saw I just barely started doing a little bit of rust repair on the wheel well arch. Well, I ended up having to like cut this whole portion of the body out, welded up side markers, did a bunch of rust repair all through here as well. So I've been just kind of working with filler and fabricating parts and pieces the whole time. It's kind of been a pain. I mean, it's a total pain, but I feel like that is probably looking for my metric Allen wrenches. I feel like that is probably the hardest part on this whole car, is getting this 1/4 panel finished. Today, that quarter panel will be in primer. Right now though, I need to do a little maintenance on my air compressor. I've got this Eastwood QST 3060. It's a scroll drive compressor, and it's been really good. It's kind of small, but it does the work of a 60-gallon compressor. But it's time to check the oil on it and make sure that it is going to keep working for years to come. The oil looks clean. That's good. It has an oil tank with a dual filter system, and then it also goes over here to an oil cooler. And then it runs into the scroll drive compressor part. And we are really good on our oil level right now, and the oil still looks like brand new. All right, cool. Air compressor tune-up complete. The oil level's good, and the air filter's back together, and it's working great and sounding good. I'm gonna leave the cover off for today or forever because it's under here and it's pretty well protected. I'm not worried it's gonna get hit by anything or anything dropped on it. And the cover itself makes more noise than the compressor does. I think maybe if I put the cover back on, I'll put some Dynamat on the inside of it, see if I can quiet it down a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna leave the hardware on it. We're gonna go get back to work. Put my tools away and start scratching Bondo. Yeah. I need my respirator. I was doing a bunch of fiberglass filler work yesterday, and man, that stuff was nasty. So I started wearing the respirator, and it helped big time. I might have to ditch that hat. All right, let's do this. That compressor is cranking away over there, and you can barely hear it. I love that thing. Alright, that lower portion is good to go. Ready for primer there. Let's knock this stuff down. I keep chasing a low spot through here, and it's partly because the gas filler was here, and then after I've been chasing a low spot all through here, and it's because there was a gas filler here, and I'd cut that hole out so that I could save the filler neck itself. And then I was driving it around, and between that being open and this whole bottom portion being rusted out, it was like flexing, and it created a big old crease in a low spot all through here, and it actually jacked up a bunch of the sheet metal. So I've got all the metal replaced, and now I'm still kind of chasing this weird low spot and trying to blend it in so that everything looks normal. AJ made it back to keep me on track. He keeps taking the thing farther and farther apart.
Yeah. Got to disassemble it.
I think we're taking doorknobs off and everything right now. So he's messing with that and getting the mirrors off, so that door is going to be kind of ready to finish up. And then I am busting out a quick swipe here on the inner fender lip to kind of cover up all those welds where I was doing my thing. And then I'm going to get over here and start tackling this beast. There's a big old dent here. I got to shave this marker light. And then if you look in here, I've got a bunch of rust holes in this rocker box or quarter box or whatever. Over here I had the same, and I ended up hand fabricating all this. I'm gonna try and pull the dent out as much as I can before I get started on anything else. So I'll sand this all down and then see if I can get my dent fix in here and pull the big dent out. There were quite a few like old chips and cracks in the paint that it was good to get in there and sand it all the way down. Otherwise I would have had like stuff like this. I haven't done it yet, but there's rust that's back behind where there's a crack in the paint. So any of those spots need to definitely get ground down to bare metal so that it doesn't become a problem later. Got that pulled out close enough to work with now, so I'm going to cut the studs off. That's kind of usable. All right, we're pivoting. Big change of plans. We're going to try and get primer on one side of the car instead of just a little patch on that back quarter. So AJ's going to come over and start yanking the front bumper off of this thing. I'm going to finish bodywork on this marker light and this front fender. And then I think we're going to see if I can get the bodywork kind of wrapped up on this door where I'd welded all the side trim up as well. So kind of have about probably 3 hours we can work on this thing because it's New Year's Eve, and then see if we can get some primer on it. I think we'll do all right. That's good.
About ready to
fall off of there.
That one's real close to...
Yeah, I've already got it out.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy moly.
Yep. Rubber covered
steel.
Yeah. Oh man.
Train rail.
This thing just gets nicer by the minute. Oh, this car's never going back together. So much for a quick like mask it and paint it job. I am gonna go mix up some of the regular filler. This is that glass filler on the marker light that I welded up. So get a little bit of regular filler on there and we'll block this thing out. Hopefully knock this fender out pretty quick. I keep getting sucked into all those like little videos on Facebook where it's like some body guy in like Indonesia like knocking out a whole quarter panel out of Bondo, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, those guys are just cranking with this stuff. They can spread like an entire hood of Bondo in like one pass.
Yeah.
The longboard doesn't lie.
Yeah.
It'll tell you how screwed up it is. Fun.
Yeah.
There was like a ding up here and a ding here, but other than that, this door is pretty straight.
You got a little more filler left. You can put a little up here.
Gonna get, okay. So those two are taken care of, and then the next spot I gotta do is, had a couple of big dents in the rocker here, where I think somebody tried to jack the car up and just damaged it. So AJ did some work with the dent fix, which is that stud gun and the slide hammer, and he worked out most of that. And now I'm just kind of giving it a quick, I'm not going to get too crazy on it because this part is probably going to end up getting drug on the ground and smashed on stuff again, but yeah, there we go. It's going to be the nicest Mustang at the stoplight. Nicest Mustang II at the stoplight. All right, we got the car plasticed off and masked, that's a hard word to say, taped off and papered off, and AJ's over here busting out some wax and grease remover on it. Got some 2K urethane primer we're gonna shoot. We should be using the urethane activator with this, right?
Yeah.
And let's see, I think that's it. That stuff is thick, it's like getting a skin just sitting there.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna have to thin it down to shoot it out of the gun that I got. But it should be fine. Trying to keep, I usually just spray no matter what, all willy-nilly. AJ's over here scaring me into turning my heater on and telling me I gotta run the heat all night. After my wife sees the bill for what it costs to heat the shop so we could paint a crappy old car, she's gonna be like, nope, AJ can't come over anymore. Oh boy.
Jeez. Don't need that. Okay, you got a strainer and you got a gun to put it in. And,
Painting utensil?
yeah, paint utensil, other than a brush.
It's going to be a ton of work, but I think it's all going to be worth it. Should look good when it's done. Earl Scheib used to say he wouldn't paint your tailpipe, but AJ will.
I will.
Ah, look at that. It looks like a quarter panel. Curious to see how the top of this fender looks. The top of this fender had a bunch of little ripples in it. The sheet metal is so thin on this thing that just like leaning over to work on the engine, they'll get dents along the top edge there. So a couple of swipes of some filler and a little bit of hammer and dolly work, and I think I got most of the dents and dings out of this thing. Over here is where the rocker or the marker light was at. So there's a big weld job right there and heavy filler. So right now AJ's just kind of covering any bare metal and any primer, or sorry, any body filler. And then we'll probably come back with 2 or 3 more coats. Gonna really have to bury it to get to where we can get out of the sanding scratches and all that body filler. You know I'm pretty good at running primer.
No extra charge.
big old low spot there that I missed. AJ's putting on the last coat of primer, and I think we're looking pretty good. It's going on. There's still a couple little bobbles on that front fender that I'll have to go back and fix, but all in all, it's looking really good. The fact that this much of the quarter panel was like just handmade out of scrap steel and Bondo, and it looks like a car now, is pretty amazing. I'm gonna get the gun cleaned up here in a little bit, and then I'll probably pull Mom's spaghetti back in and start getting it ready so that we can go wheeling tomorrow. That's what it's all about, working on junk and then go and use it. I just can't use this one yet. In typical fashion, I'm running a little behind. It is New Year's morning. We got the Mustang II all primed up and looking good yesterday. But we're out of the shop today, gonna go do some four-wheeling with some friends. So I've got Mom's spaghetti all packed up. I need to close the shop and hit the road. I'm running a little behind as usual. Try not to back over anything important here. Man, it is a foggy New Year's Day. I am cruising, like outside of town to some farmland to go wheeling. This is a piece of property that's right by the area where I took Mom's spaghetti the last time and did that like Falken Tire test. So we're meeting up with a group of guys out there. I've got my buddy Matt, his son Joa, John's bringing this JK, so there's Ted's bringing his new JK and his wife with them. So we got a whole group, and then my buddy Mitch is coming from the other side of the state, and he's driving a cool old Bumpside Ford. So he's making the trek. He's got like 4-hour drive each way, plus he wants to get some wheeling in today. So should be pretty fun. Might be a little rushed, but that's all right. I'm running behind as usual, but can't really haul too much butt in this fog. Don't want to go crashing into something. It's cold out here, but it's still pretty. Glad I brought warm clothes. It's about 31 degrees. My hand is freezing holding this GoPro out the window. Neat little downtown area. I'm sure the Eagles pub was going off last night. Yo. Oh, Joe had trailered his out here? Dang. Ah, it's beautiful out here. I think we're actually gonna get some sun. If it burns off some clouds, it's gonna be great. Half mile and we're gonna turn left and go meet up with this group. I really got to figure out how to make this truck handle better. It kind of like steers really quick and kind of oversteers. And I don't know if that's partly because it needs a sway bar in the back or what, but it's kind of funky. It's almost like it starts to rear steer once it leans, and then it like wants to carry around even farther. Let's go up here and see if we can find anybody. It's going to be awesome out here today. Locals got Jeeps on tons and 40s. And this is our group here. I'm rocking the little all-terrain. Should be a good day cruising my 4x4. It's awesome when you get a chance to use them. I haven't been driving this truck nearly enough, so pretty excited to get out here and get a chance to use it a little bit. So when we come wheeling on property like this, you gotta stay out of the farming land and just sort of wheel where they can run cattle and stuff. These rock outcroppings that they've got around the property just make me want to build a buggy and come out and run some hard stuff. It's pretty wild. There's all kinds of good obstacles to play on out here. Oh wow, it looks like we're going into this pocket with some gnarly climbs out. Awesome. Time to shift it into 4 low. Pretty rad little play area. Just gotta be careful not to diff out on stuff. This is pretty cool. There's just sort of endless amounts of little hill climbs and crag rocks and stuff. We got Mitch coming up in the old Bumpside. How cool is this? Back behind us we have Ted and his wife Sandy. Sandy just bought that Jeep about 3 weeks ago, and I think this is her first time taking it off-road, so it's kind of cool that you can just sort of pick your way around and find an easier or difficult line. Hopefully she's enjoying it. There's nothing to not enjoy out here. This is amazing. It looks like the guys have a line up one of the sides over here. There's all kinds of hill climbs and rock ledges. Holy cow. We're dropping down into this valley pasture, and there's just kind of a whole bunch of hill climbs back up and out. It looks like they've been playing around over on the hills over here. There's lines all over the place. Ah, this is badass. I mean, this is really cool. Here's Brandon. That's my friend who I met about a year ago. John, what do you think? It's freaking cool, huh? I'm gonna go and follow Matt up this hill climb. Brandon's getting wild up there in the Cherokee. He was hopping and spinning for a second. Here you go. You got it. This is the bounce. Wow, there is no traction. Your limited slip is limiting you.
Yeah.
I don't think you got enough articulating stuff going on. It seems like you really gotta like twist up in order to keep traction.
Yeah.
Comes Joa and his 85 Bronco. That'll go. But back it up 3 feet and give us some beans. Nice. You're making all kinds of noise.
That was scary.
What happened?
My truck died and I had no brakes.
Oh, that will do that.
Down that backwards. That big rock was there so I could smash into it.
Nice.
Yeah, you should go do that, Dave.
Okay.
Oh, that is a big rock.
Oh yeah. That one, I saw him spit that thing out.
You want to hold the GoPro?
Yeah. That is a big rock that got chucked out of there. I think we're going second gear. That didn't work at all.
That's a big rock. That's another big rock.
Yeah.
That's an interesting...
Yeah, you would think that we could drive right up this.
There it is. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. 107 horsepower to the wheels right there. That was awesome. Let's go see how Matt does. Ugh. I think the key was to not ever let off and just
Never lift.
mash it. Oh, Matt's gonna come right up it now. Oh, he's getting wheelies. Yeah, you had to hit it with your purse a little bit. Ah, that was fun. The rear stopped spinning right there.
Stopped spinning, yeah.
That was so funny. You're like freaking big rock. Woo woo woo. Big rock. Well, I'll take the lead. Don't worry about that, buddy. They make Bondo still.
You can buy it by the gallon, ask me.
Ask me. That's a fun.
Yeah, it was cool getting the hop and then just laying on the gas.
Yeah.
Something's not right. We kind of got like 4 generations of Fords out here today. Got Bumpside, Dentside. Mine's actually a bricknose with a fake bullnose front end. And then Joa, he brought the actual bullnose Bronco. And then there's Super Duty axles over there. So we've got many, many generations of Fords out here. That's the little hill climb that claimed a Bronco. How'd it do, Joa?
I did good until it didn't.
Joa's got that 85, 86?
It's an 86.
86 Bronco and broke a rear axle shaft on that hill climb. So I got a new passenger. We're gonna go cruise some more of this land, and then I think we're get a shot of this big awesome lake that's over here. It's pretty cool. Last time we came out here, I shot a little bit of film on this truck and these tires, but we were like got here right at dark, so we didn't get a chance to explore around much. That sounds cool. Oh yeah, got some old iron. Mud trucking. This is a cool hill climb. Matt's coming up to show off. Matt's making he's making 3 times the horsepower of mine. There it goes. Nice. I think it's just about time to do the seats and a center console in this thing, so I have somewhere to put stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mess. few people out there fishing. That's so cool. This is where it'd be nice to have a
big longer selfie.
yeah, or one of them helicopter cameras.
A drone.
Yeah, that.
Drone is what you're looking for. One of them newfangled helicopters.
Got to get the back tires to bump up that little ledge. There it goes. There it goes. So cool. That thing climbs ledges good, huh? All right, looks like we're kind of loading up over here, and I think I will air up. This thing's feeling a little sketchy even on gravel roads. I gotta try out this new Harbor Freight Maddox compressor. I don't know if these are out yet, but they sent me one to try out, so seems like it should be good. Let's see what it does. It sounds good. Sometimes those things sound like they're grinding rock. It says that's at 26 already.
That's impressive.
That's not bad. Ooh, check out that standard cab long bed Super Duty. That was a really cool trail system or pasture wheelin' or whatever you want to call it. It was fun. I'm gonna take the long way home and go back to the shop and see if I can get a little bit of work done tonight before packing it up. I guess vacation is over because I got to go back to work tomorrow morning. Got a lot done on the Mustang. Got some work done on the old spaghetti machine and got to go wheeling. Can't complain there. All right, that's it for this Dirthead Shed. I'll see you guys next week.